Drought, global distribution. A drought is an extended period of unusually low rainfall, which leads to a shortage of water. It is an event that can last for weeks, months, or even years. It can have far-reaching impacts on an area's environmental and social well-being. Drought is linked to the climate, in particular arid environments. An arid environment is a region with extremely low precipitation, resulting in scarce water, limited vegetation, and challenging living conditions. Arid environments are often found in desert biomes, but they can also be found in the Mediterranean and steppe biomes. So what is the link between drought and heat waves? An extended heat wave can cause a drought. However, they are different events. A drought is a shortage of water, whereas a heat wave is the presence of extreme heat. This map shows the global distribution of drought risk, using an index developed by the World Resources Institute. It looks at the likelihood of drought by taking into account past drought intensity, water stress, vulnerability to drought, population, crop, and livestock density. Let's take a closer look at which areas are at the highest risk of drought, according to the World Resources Institute. Much of Central and South America, Europe, South and East Africa, and Asia are vulnerable to drought. In most cases, this is the result of dry climates, a high reliance on agriculture, and large populations. The most significant extremes are found within the continent of Europe. Moldova and Ukraine in Eastern Europe are identified as the countries most at risk of drought. This is largely due to their dependence on agriculture and their vulnerability to climate change. On the other hand, Iceland and Norway have a very low risk of drought due to small populations and a much lower reliance on agriculture. There are serious concerns about the future of drought risk around the world. As climate change increases temperatures across the world, this is likely to cause increased evaporation rates. Some climate models predict that this will cause droughts to become more severe and widespread. This could potentially have far-reaching impacts on food and water supplies, as well as being harmful to the environment. There is future drought risk expected in many Mediterranean countries, such as France, Spain, and Portugal. These countries are facing growing drought risk, as evidence shows that climate change is increasing the dry periods in this region. Summary: droughts frequently occur in arid environments, although are also experienced in other biomes. A country's risk of drought is affected by its rainfall level, reliance on agriculture, population, and level of water stress. The areas most at risk include parts of Eastern Europe and East Asia. In contrast, Scandinavian countries and the USA experience much lower risks. Mediterranean countries are facing growing risk due to climate change. Keywords: drought, an extended period of very low rainfall causing a shortage of water. Arid environment, a dry region with scarce vegetation and minimal precipitation. Heat wave, a prolonged period of excessively hot weather.